You all right, babe?
Yeah, I'm a bit nervous a bit tonight. Just presenting this in front of a room full of all my acting heroes.
Well, you don't need to worry about that. You need to be more worried about the filmmakers and the producers and the casting directors and what they're going to think if you mess it up.
And here was me thinking you popped by just to wish me luck.
It's just that last year you had the dog, and this year it's just you, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, you know what they say? Third time lucky.
This is my second time hosting.
Oh. Well, you know, film awards aren't really my thing, so I'm just here for the goodie bag.
Okay.
Have fun.
See you, babe. I really need the gods of BAFTA to help me now.
David!
Oh, Dame Helen, Your Majesty. Why are you in my mirror?
Well, I'm here to help. Now listen, darling, you are going to be amazing. When it comes to hosting the BAFTAs, there really is nobody better.
Oh, that means a lot, thank you.
Let me finish. There really is nobody better called David, who's from Scotland, within the available budget.
Means a lot less now, yeah.
Hello, David.
Oh, Jim, come on, you've got to have some words of wisdom for me, right?
Look, David, this is your chance to shine in front of the whole world. Every tiny little thing that you do will be watched by millions, hundreds of millions, billions.
I know, it's not quite that many, is it?
No. If you screw up and become a meme, it'll be billions. And that stuff stays on the internet forever. Actually, I'd hate to be in your shoes right now.
Right. Oh, Captain Cox.
David, come on, you've got this. You'll win them round. And you're looking sharp in that kilt, man. And remember, that's not just a piece of clothing. It's a symbol of pride, tradition, and strength. You're carrying the spirit of Scotland with you. Come on, we can do this. When you stand up, well, you know I'm gonna be the man who stands up next to you.
Oh, we're singing. And if I go out, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who goes along with you. If I get drunk, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who gets drunk next to you. And if I haver, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's havering to you. But I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be that man who walks 1,000 miles to host one BAFTAs more. Da-la-da, da-la-da, when I'm working, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's working hard for you, Selena. And when the money comes in for the work I do, I'll pass almost every penny on to you. And when I come home, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who comes back home to you, BAFTA. And if I grow old, well, I know I'm gonna be the man who's grown old with you, lucky Georgia. 'Cause I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be that man who walks 5,000 miles to host one BAFTAs more. Da-la-da, da-la-da, da-la-da. Come on, Anna. Da-la-da, da-la-da, come on now. 'Cause I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be that man who walks 1,000 miles to host one BAFTAs more. Da-la-da, 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 oh yeah. Da-la-da, 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 feels da-la-da, 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 cause I would walk 500 miles and I would walk 500 more just to be that
Yeah, just getting us kind of pumped up today for this episode of Awards Roundtable, and our overlay is still on. My bad. That is my mistake. I thought I got rid of that, but there we go. Now we can see each other. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the show. Good way to get us pumped up for tonight and tonight's discussion, because David Tennant did a great job hosting the BAFTA Awards. We are going to be discussing the BAFTA Awards tonight because, man, is there some surprises that happened. But on top of that, we are also going to give you our final good as gold SAG predictions. So this is it, guys. The SAGs are happening on Sunday. We'll be doing a live watch along of the SAG Awards on Sunday. So you guys can join us. Tristan is unfortunately out tonight because he has strep throat. So keep him in your thoughts, guys. He
might be here Sunday. We don't know yet.
Yeah, he might be here Sunday. We'll see. I mean, if I might be able to work it out where like maybe he could be on there. He just doesn't say much because I know it will hurt to talk with strep throat, but we'll work it out, guys, and see if he is. But yeah, this is something I'm definitely really looking forward to, because the BAFTAs to me have always been such a huge precursor, even bigger in my opinion than SAG in some degree, because a lot of times what wins in like acting categories or animation or something else, like, or what wins score or what wins something like that could sometimes go on, well, oftentimes actually go on to win the Oscar. So so it's going to be interesting to break down these categories and for you guys tonight and see kind of where we lie on things. It's kind of, this almost brings back, guys, we've been growing the channel and we've had people come on the show like Dan Allen. We've had, Jonathan Caro and of course Tristan, like all join us. This feels like going back to the roots when we first started the show in 2021. It was only me and Ross. So this feels like, a good trip down memory lane.
Yep. I had a computer then, so
yeah. But
I'll get one eventually. It's just I have a Cruisum thing for too, so
yeah. I got that. So yeah, we're not going to be probably sharing the screen today because my computer sucks at that stuff, and he is a lot more tech savvy. Tristan is like, he's our kind of tech guy who will, in the trailer reactions, he plays he's the one playing the trailers while I react, and when we do, or while we both react. But then whenever we're doing our awards stuff, he always share a screen. I would if I had a new computer, but this computer is really old and it's hard to do that. So I'm reading it off of the Variety website. We're just going to read them directly for you guys and then kind of give you our thoughts on each of these different categories. So we'll start off from the bottom and work our way up to Best Picture. We'll start off, we're going to skip the short categories. We'll start off with Best Special Visual Effects, where the nominees were Better Man, Gladiator 2, Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes, Wicked, and Dune Part 2, and your winner was Dune Part 2. So, not too much of a surprise. I think that this is going to be what wins the Oscar. What do you think, Ross?
Oh yeah. This almost locked this up, almost.
Yeah, I feel like while Dune is not going to be nearly on the same level as the first film was in terms of wins, because that won like 6 Oscars, I think that I'm very confident that this is going to at least leave with 2, which is sound and visual effects. Like, I think for sure it's going to leave with those 2. Oh, and speaking of sound, that's a good segue because that category was Blitz, Dune Part 2, Gladiator 2, The Substance, and Wicked. And your winner was Dune Part 2. So, again, very fitting. What do you think on this, Ross?
Yep, I figured this is going to be the only 2 awards that Dune will win at the Oscars too. But I haven't seen Blitz yet. I heard the sound is one of the best parts about it. So, and I heard it.
No, it was. The sound in Blitz was really, really well done. Especially because I got to see it in a theater. So seeing it in a theater capacity was really cool. So I would have liked to see it. I would have liked to have seen it get in for sound at the Oscars, but it is what it is. For production design, this one I feel is fairly easy as well. The nominees are The Brutalist, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Nosferatu, and Wicked. And your winner was a totally wicked film, with Wicked winning Best Production Design. Pretty much expected on that front too, I think, Russ. Because you said how many flowers did they build again?
9 million.
9. Jeez, that's insane. I feel so. See, I would hate that job because you would do all that hard work of planting those and setting them all up just for them to be destroyed later or just never reused. And it's like, damn, all that hard work and it doesn't get to stay forever. It's like, that would be so rough. But yeah, Wicked. I think that, when some people are talking about what's the one film that could be like The Irishman or The Fabelmans kind of deal, someone threw out Wicked in there, but I think that Wicked is secure for 2 wins, which is production and costumes. I think that's secure for 2 wins. I think if anything's going to end up being your Fabelmans of this year or something along those lines, I think it's going to be definitely it's going to be A Complete Unknown, or, well, I was going to say Nickel Boys, but it's not the same kind of thing because Nickel Boys only has 2 nominations. But I think A Complete Unknown, if anything, could wind up being that film. So
yeah.
So yeah,
because
production design.
I think I have it. I have right now in my Best Picture ranking. I have A Complete Unknown as 9th, I think, or either 8th or 9th.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll find out very soon, as our Best Picture ranking will be coming up the week of the Oscars. So stay tuned for that. We always do it the week of the Oscars, so that should be a lot of fun. Let's see. So next up, we got costume design, what the nominees were Blitz, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, Nosferatu, and your winner, which was Wicked. I'm pretty confident in this one too. Are you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think costumes production is going to basically just sweep those categories, take those ones for sure. Then we've got makeup and hairstyling. The nominees were Dune Part 2, Emilia Perez, Nosferatu, The Substance, and Wicked. And the winner was The Substance.
Yeah.
It is happening, guys. It is happening. The Substance is going to be winning makeup. So it is locked in to win an Academy Award. We didn't know if it was necessarily how many it's going to win. It could potentially win 2. It could potentially win 3. Or it might just win this one. But at least we know now. It's walking away with an Academy Award. And that's going to be really exciting. such a great makeup job.
It
I
is
know
like
you're.
they use. Oh, okay. I
I'm sorry.
just do not like it though. Like when they said that, say that you like that they use like no CGI, no, it was all prosthetics.
Yeah.
One scene though, had to be CGI though.
Yeah, and I think I even kind of noticed it too in that scene. I was like, I think that was one
When
scene.
the crawling.
Yeah, that was the one thing I think I noticed. There was a little bit of CGI there. I was like that because no way it doesn't move like that. It's not the same thing of the thing with like the head that turns almost into like almost like a spider. It's not that same kind of deal. It's like something else, and I'm like it wouldn't move like that. So yeah, I think that part was CGI, but very, very happy that the Substance got that. This one was also an interesting category because we didn't really know for sure where this was going, and that is original score. So, original score, the nominees were The Wild Robot, Nosferatu, The Brutalist, Amelia Perez, and Conclave. And as you see, there was no challengers nominated here, just like at the Oscars. And Challengers was winning everywhere else. It won the Critics' Choice for Best Original Score, and it won the Golden Globe for Best Original Score. So we never really had a clear look on what was the front runner to win Best Original Score. But I feel like we now do, because The Brutalist took home Best Original Score, which makes me extremely happy because it might be up there with my favorite score of the year. It's definitely a 3-horse race for that spot right now, but it was a phenomenal score with the dun 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 dun, like that whole.
It was an amazing score.
It was so good. So very, very happy. I know you're happy about it winning original score as well. And we'll get to it soon, but it actually is the most. The Brutalist, I think, won the most BAFTAs, if I remember correctly. But they found a way to spread the love, which is really nice. You'll see it as we go along. There's like several different films that win different categories, which is really nice to see. Then we got Best Editing. The nominees were Honora, Sean Baker, Conclave, Nick Emerson, Dune Part 2, Joe Walker, Amelia Perez, Juliet Welfing, and Kneecap, Julian Ulrichs, and Chris Gill. And your winner was Conclave. So this is kind of interesting that Conclave wins here. How do you think this will pan out when compared to the Oscar?
I think this is just a BAFTA thing. I think one of the other films will win editing. I don't know which one yet, but
yeah, I mean, I think that there's still a chance it could take home the editing category, but The Brutalist isn't in here and Wicked isn't in here, so this could just end up being a BAFTAs thing, and either The Brutalist wins editing or Honora wins editing, or like Wicked could win editing. I mean, there's this is such a out there category. Like, I don't know what to say with it. Like a lot of the categories are. This is one that is very hard to predict. It says Conclave can win editing just like Argo, the so-called thriller. I disagree. Yeah, I mean, it could pull that off, but Argo also won Best Picture. While Conclave now has a chance at winning Best Picture, I don't think it's going to win Best Picture. I think that's like a BAFTAs thing, but we'll get to that soon. And then, score and director. and actor, and also got actor too. Don't forget that. But we'll get to that here soon too. Was the last stand for the Brutalist in production design? Yeah, that's true. BAFTA was the last stand for the Brutalist in production design. Crazy it can't win like Phantom Thread, a movie about the category. Yeah, literally, it's about production design. So it's kind of insane that they went that route. And then says having 3 musicals in sound is splitting the vote in the Oscar race. Wicked, Perez, and Unknown. Yeah. So that's why I think Dune Part 2 is going to take that category. Part of it is the splitting. Definitely. That's a good point. EDM. So next, moving on to the Best Cinematography category. And the nominees are The Brutalist from Lowell Crawley. LOL Crawley. Then Conclave from Stefan Fontaine. Dune Part 2, Greg Fraser. Amelia Perez. Paul Gulheim. I hope I didn't mispronounce your name. Sorry about that. I know I did. So, sorry about that. And then Nosferatu, Jaron Blaschke. Again, I apologize, Jaron or Jaron, if you are watching this ever. I apologize. But yeah, the winner was The Brutalist, which I really love that it won cinematography. How are you feeling on this?
Oh yeah, I think it has the best cinematography in years. It's because like I love films that are trying to like set out to do a certain thing, and then also like it's a throwback. The film is a true throwback, and it even looks like a film that if you were to say this was a re-release from 1975, I would have believed you.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, no, the cinematography is incredible. I would be so happy if this takes it. So that's actually, yeah. So Brutalist won 4 because I think it also won, because it won cinematography as well as the other ones we mentioned. So it won a lot of BAFTAs that day. And I think that this can be a really strong indicator that it's winning the Oscar. So we didn't really know what was going to win the Oscar for cinematography, but now I think we know. So I'm really happy. That's definitely deserved. Best casting. See, they're doing casting. The Oscars, y'all got to get on casting here soon. Casting, the nominees were Anora, The Apprentice, which was awesome. That was great casting. A Complete Unknown, Conclave, and Kneecap. Kneecap doing exceptionally well nominations wise. Didn't win anything, but we knew it would do well with its because it's an Ireland film. But the winner for best casting went to Anora. So that's awesome. That's Sean Baker winning another category because he casted the film. So that's really cool to have him on stage. Even if he didn't win director here, he got to still go up on stage and win an award. So that's pretty cool. And honestly, it could. We'll get to it soon when we do our SAG predictions segment. But this could kind of be an indicator because who knows? This Sunday, Anora could win Best Cast Ensemble. So how are you feeling about this casting win?
Oh, I think it's good because the casting was perfect,
Oh yeah, same.
And then and plus this film though, it's lucky it came out when it did. You know why?
Why?
Do you think that Mikey Madison is going to become too big for a film like this after this?
Oh, yeah. That's a good point because yeah, this is going to make her a household name for sure. That's for damn sure. Then the BAFTAs, they do a category called the Children's and Family Film. So not to be confused with
AKA the Brian Nussbaum Award.
exactly. This is the Brian Nussbaum Award. Our good buddy Brian. He loves family films, and this is basically this category is made for him. The nominees were Flo, Kensuke's Kingdom, never even heard of that one, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul, and The Wild Robot. And
I'm happy that one film did not get in here because I love the film, but it is not a family film.
Oh, which one?
Memoirs of the Snail.
Oh no, I mean it's rated R, so that's one,
Yeah, but
that's another reason too. But yeah,
but Dee Dee's rated R, and I put that in a family film, though, in a way.
yeah, that's true. Yeah, Dee Dee has that kind of family film kind of vibe. Same with something like I could see that with like My Old Ass and some other ones.
Yep.
So true, but yeah, Wallace and Gromit, Vengeance Most Foul was the winner. Kind of expected that considering it's British and the Brits love their British films, so that I expected this to win in this category. And spoiler alert, also won for animated film, which I also expected for this BAFTA.
I don't think that this has anything. This has no impact on the Oscars. I think honestly.
No, I think it's still a 2-horse race between Flo and The Wild Robot. Looking more to be The Wild Robot at this point. But I think it's still a 2-horse race. I think nothing else is really going to be competing with them. But it's kind of weird that BAFTA only did 4 animated films. They didn't do a 5th one. So they nominated Flo, Inside Out, to Wallace and Gromit, and The Wild Robot. They didn't nominate Memoir of a Snail. I thought that would have been something they go for, especially because that
film is great. And you can guys now at the point of this video, you can find it on AMC Plus.
Yeah, you can find it on AMC Plus. It's really great. So definitely check that one out. And every single element, even the fire, even the tears, apparently every single thing. When I met the director, he said every single aspect of it is all stuff you can hold in your hands. It was all handmade design. There was not a single bit of
It
CGI,
reminds me of an R-rated animated Tim Burton movie.
Yeah, I can see that. It definitely seems fitting. So, yeah, really good category. This is one of the best, most strongest years that we have had for the animated film category. Like, maybe ever, honestly, because
like Inside Out 2 is right now is my 4th because I haven't seen Wallace and Gromit yet. So
yeah, but all 5 are exceptional films, and it's rare for us to go into an animated film category and say that, because sometimes they'll give us like Boss Baby or they'll give us stuff like that, and we're like, oh, okay, there's that one. But like, yeah, all 5 of these are incredible. So I would not be upset if either one wins the Oscar. So saying. Then for Best Documentary, this is where the surprises start to kick in. So the nominees were Black Box Diaries, Daughters, No Other Land, Super Slash Man, the Christopher Reeve Story, and Will and Harper. And your winner was Super Slash Man. The reason this was a surprise is this time it beat out No Other Land. At PGA, No Other Land was not even nominated, and it beat it there. Here, No Other Land was nominated, but Super Slash Man beat it here, and it's not even nominated for the Oscar, or didn't even make the shortlist. So it's like kind of crazy. It's like every other awards body loves Super Slash Man, but the Oscars don't, apparently. So I find that interesting. What do you think of this?
Yep, I'm happy, like that this documentary won because it's great, but like No Other Land sounds like more important, so I'm pulling for No Other Land. But
Yeah. So
but when but like we kept on telling people, like our friends and stuff, like outside of this channel, like about Super Smash, they're like, no, 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 it's gonna win, it's gonna win. We're like, they don't like the celebrity documentaries. The Oscars
yeah,
don't.
yeah, they don't. And then they proved it with that and Will and Harper also getting snubbed. Yeah, Flo was not able to take down Wallace and Gromit this time. The cat was not able to take down the dog. The next category, we have film not in the English language. The reason I sigh is apparently the British don't care about backlash. Because here are your nominees. So All We Imagine Is Light, Amelia Perez, I'm Still Here, Kneecap, and The Sea of the Sacred Fig. I was hoping this would be that time that we see, okay, maybe the drama is going to affect Amelia Perez, and then you see I'm Still Here win at the BAFTAs. But apparently the Brits don't care what Carla said, and they just awarded Amelia Perez for Best International Feature. Doesn't really sit right with me. I really am now worried that maybe the Oscars might still award Amelia Perez in this category, because I don't know. I just felt like that I'm Still Here needed to win here. But what do you think? Do you think I'm Still Here still has a shot to win?
I think I'm Still Here how the kids, but like I could see though. I'm gonna look up when the voting was done though for the BAFTAs, because like that's a key thing. But yeah, like I'm Still Here should win. Like it's Perez. Oh, gosh.
Yeah. But at least it's not going to be nearly as strong of the contender as we initially thought it was going to be because of the backlash. So if it does end up winning international, it's really going to only win like 2, maybe 3 Oscars that night. So outstanding debut by a British writer, director, or producer. Oh yeah, I did win something here, which not surprising. But we had the nominees were Horde, Kneecap, Monkey Man, Santosh, and Sister Midnight, and your winner was Kneecap. Expected, great film. It's on Netflix now, guys. If y'all have not seen it, go give it a watch. Y'all definitely will not regret it. It's a really fun, really just bonanza out there, but a good time for sure. Then the nominees for Outstanding British Film. We had Bird, Blitz, Conclave, Gladiator 2, Hard Truce, Kneecap, Lee, Love Lies Bleeding, The Outrun, and Wallace and Gromit Vengeance Most Foul. So they had 10 in this category here. And the one that ended up taking it was Conclave. Not surprising. Pretty much expected that in an Outstanding British Film.
Yeah, I don't know.
Oh yeah, and then also Conclave won another category because we have now adapted screenplay, which we have A Complete Unknown, Amelia Perez, Nickel Boys, Sing Sing, and Conclave, which is your winner there. So
do you think it's over? Do you think writing in it's over?
Yeah, I think this is going to be one of the easiest categories to predict, hands down. I think it's at that category of I could bet money on this category. If somebody else was to come up to me and say, "Oh no, it's not going to win Adapt the Screenplay," I can now bet money and say no, it's going to win. Like it's too much of a writer's type of film. There's a reason why. Like I can understand why Edward Berger didn't get the director nomination at the Oscars. And it's because it's really much more of a writer vehicle than it is a directing vehicle.
Yes.
So, yeah. Yeah.
His other film was more of a directing vehicle than a writing vehicle.
Exactly. So it's like he decided to do a flip-flop this time. So yeah, I'm happy that it's at least walking away with one Oscar. So that'll be cool. See Conclave walk away with something. Original screenplay. This was probably the biggest shock of the night for me. I was not expecting this. The nominees were Honora, The Brutalist, Kneecap, A Real Pain, and The Substance. And this makes me happy because it's my favorite screenplay of 2024. But the original screenplay win was A Real Pain, which really took me by surprise. Jesse Eisenberg had a fun speech for both him and Kieran Culkin because Kieran Culkin wasn't there to attend, so he kind of had a fun speech for both of them. And now I don't know what to do because Honora just won the WGA for screenplay.
And then Golden Globes was
Golden Globes.
Oh, yeah,
Golden Globes.
No, Golden Globes.
No. It was Critics' Choice. Critics' Choice went to The Substance.
Yes, yeah.
And then now this one went to A Real Pain. So is it going to be A Real Pain, Honora, or the Substance? Now I'm like at a complete loss in this category. This is just while adaptive screenplay is so easy to predict and it's like mark it over, it's done. This one is not. So what are you thinking on this category?
I gotta throw it up in the air. I have no idea. I think it's gonna be Honora or The Substance because those got the Best Picture nominations, but you never know. So I gotta throw my hands up in the air, and I don't know.
Yeah. The Best Picture nomination thing is the one thing I'm thinking could benefit it, but I know that A Real Pain is going to be winning other categories because Kieran Culkin is pretty much a lock at this point. So I think, and especially if he wins SAG, it's like definitely over. So
but I'm reading the one in the comments. Sorry. You know what the guy was asking if it's like Coda? I said A Real Pain's not like Coda because Coda would go on to win screenplay and picture.
Yeah, Real Pain for Coda / American Fiction and screenplay. It could for American Fiction, but even then, A Real Pain still though is not nominated for Best Picture, while American Fiction was. So, but I definitely see what you mean by that though. Yeah.
But though, speaking of the writing though, Edward Berger has a new movie coming out this year.
Really? Wow! Back to back. Which one is it?
Ballad of a Small Player. That has Oh wait, no. He didn't write it, but he's directing. But it's written by Rowan Joffe. But it's starring Tilda Swinton and Colin Farrell.
Oh, okay, interesting. I love that cast, so I'll definitely.
Oh wait. Oh, okay. The guy is actually a pretty good writer. Do you know what he wrote?
What?
Did you ever see Before I Go to Sleep?
I know of it, but I have not seen that one yet.
He also wrote 28 Weeks Later.
Oh, okay. I really do like that one a lot. So
yeah.
Nice. I'll have to. Yeah. So I'm definitely excited for that. So, hey, maybe that'll be one we'll mention then for when we do our early Oscar predictions, which will be the returning episode for season 5 in June, guys. We'll be coming back. First episode in June, halfway through the year, will be our early Oscar predictions. So maybe we'll mention that one. But yeah, that was for original screenplay. For Best Director, the nominees were Nora, The Brutalist, Conclave, Dune Part 2, Amelia Perez, and The Substance. So Sean Baker, Brady Corbett, Edward Berger, Denis Villeneuve, Jacques Audiard, and Corley Farge. As much as I would have loved for Corley Farge to win in a surprise, they solidified that it's a 2-horse race, which is now Sean Baker versus Brady Corbett, because Brady Corbett won for the Brutalist. What do you think here? Do you think that this can pan out to the Oscars, or do you still think it's Sean Baker?
I think that probably it's going to go to Sean Baker, only because so yeah, I expected about it was important, but I still think it's gonna be Sean Baker's, but like don't be surprised. And plus, like I think the voting's over now for the Oscars, only because of Brady Corbett's recent comments also too. It's not best look right now.
That's true. So that, and also there's like that narrative too, and the BAFTAs, they don't really follow the whole "oh, you're overdue" kind of narrative thing like the Oscars do. So I think because of that, Sean Baker's still strong, and because he won DGA, and DGA was a huge thing he needed. So we'll see. But yeah, I think it's definitely at least a 2-horse race there. We'll see what happens. Supporting actor, the nominees are Yor Borisov for Anora, Kieran Culkin, A Real Pain, Clarence Macklin for Sing Sing, Edward Norton for A Complete Unknown, Guy Pearce for The Brutalist, and Jeremy Strong for The Apprentice. And your winner is, oh no, Ross is gone. Your winner was Kieran Culkin for A Real Pain, which just call it over, guys. It's done. It's over. Kieran Culkin's taking home the Oscar. This is This is one of the most predictable categories going into March 2nd, I feel. So while some of the categories are very up in the air and unpredictable, that category is pretty predictable at this point. Unless there's like a wild, like Edward Norton wins SAG or something.
Your Borisov wins.
Or your Borisov wins SAG or something like that. Maybe then there's a horse in the fight, but I don't think so. I think Kieran Culkin's just taking it all the way. So, plus
actually, I just read something interesting. This year has like some six. Okay, not saying that they're all nominated, but this year has some Succession actors in some big awards movies too.
Yeah, because Jeremy Strong was in The Apprentice, and then Kieran Culkin and
then Adrian Brody had a small part, right?
Yeah.
And then there's one more.
Yeah, the girl from Memoir of a Snail.
Yep.
That's pretty cool. So, and yeah, the reason why I also think Kieran Culkin is going to basically win SAG is he won SAG for Succession. So clearly the Screen Actors Guild likes him. So I think he's definitely going to go all the way. Supporting actress, the nominees were Selena Gomez for Amelia Perez, Ariana Grande for Wicked, Felicity Jones for The Brutalist, Jamie Lee Curtis for The Last Showgirl, Isabella Rossellini for Conclave, and your winner was Zoe Saldana for Amelia Perez. I feel like this is also pretty much locked in. I think if Amelia Perez wins anything, for sure it's going to be Zoe Saldana. I don't think they're going to blame her for what happened. What do you think?
Oh, I'm gonna actually we'll talk about that because I have a surprising SAG prediction. I just have a weird feeling about it.
All right, we'll get to that. So yeah, that should be interesting. But yeah, Zoe Saldana went home to take that category. Then we got leading actor, which The nominees were Adrian Brody for The Brutalist, Timothy Chalamet for Complete Unknown, Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing, Ray Fiennes for Conclave, Hugh Grant for Heretic, and then Sebastian Stan for The Apprentice. So Adrian Brody, of course, ended up winning this. Do you feel like this is another one that's kind of locked in, or do you think that someone else could surprise
one
the
more.
last minute?
One more win and it's locked in. One more.
Yeah.
The SAG win on Sunday will tell us.
I think the SAG win, if it goes to someone like a Coleman Domingo or to someone like a Ray Fiennes or Timothy Chalamet, I think then there's an actual race that can happen. But until then, yeah, I think I'm pretty confident Adrian Brody is going to win his second Oscar now. So let's see, which apparently I think I read that he is still the youngest actor to ever win Best Lead Actor.
Yep.
Yeah. Because
do you know who was it before him?
Who?
Richard Dreyfuss.
Really? How old was Richard Dreyfuss?
Let me look. But there was a reference to his movie in The Last of Us.
Oh, really? That's fun.
Remember when they go to the camp in the show?
Oh, yeah?
And they show that movie on the screen?
Oh, yeah.
I was from it.
Which one was it that he won for again?
The Goodbye Girl.
Goodbye Girl. Oh, okay. Yeah, I remember that. Really cool. Apparently he's in another shark movie this year. I haven't watched it yet, but it's kind of interesting to see Richard Dreyfuss come back to shark movies.
Well, he already did in Piranha.
Oh, yeah. Piranha counts. That is fun. So, leading actress, we've got Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, Carlos Sevilla Gascon for Amelia Perez.
Oh, right. He was 30. Sorry, he was 30.
30? Oh, okay. Nice. And then Adrian Brody was like, what, 24 when he won? 25? Something like that? I forget how old he was. But he was in his 20s. I know that's for sure.
He was 29 years old.
29. Oh, wow. So by one number, he beat.
Well, guess what, though? Do you want to know something weird, though, about it, though?
What?
Okay. Let's say that Timothy Chalamet wins it, right?
Yeah.
Let's see. Okay. Chalamet will be 29 years old in 65 days, right?
Uh-huh.
And then Adrian Brody was 29 in 343 days.
Oh, wow. That's interesting. The final category of the BAFTAs was for Best Film. And the nominees were Anora, The Brutalist, A Complete Unknown, Conclave, and Amelia Perez. And your winner went to Conclave, which I was starting to think that it was going to be The Brutalist whenever we saw it win director and actor and such, but I guess that screenplay and editing was strong enough for Conclave to take home the category of Best Film. What do you think? Is this now a 3-horse race, or is this a BAFTA's just like a BAFTA thing because it's British?
Just like a BAFTA thing, I think, honestly.
Yeah. I'm thinking that's the case too. I am still gonna put it like at like maybe number 4 right now. Like I'm still gonna put it high up there, but I don't think this means it's really in contention to win that much, really.
Nope, and also too, like I'm looking up Ray. If he doesn't win the Oscar, Ray finds his chances. He has a movie coming out, that's a comedy, but still, like it could be an Oscar movie. It's called The Quarrel. It's a British comedy drama film.
Oh, yeah, that could be fun.
It's set in 1916, the official town of Yorkshire. You know, around the sun. The film will star Ralph Fiennes and Simon Russell Beale as members of a local choral society, which recruits groups of teenage boys and girls for performance of Edward Elgar's The Dream of Jonas. Wait, and guess who's releasing it though?
Who?
Sony Pictures Classics.
Wow.
That has a chance.
That definitely has a chance now.
Because them.
Yeah. Oh, I just realized I totally forgot to discuss Best Lead Actress. So the nominees were Cynthia Riva for Wicked, Carlos Sevilla Gascon for Amelia Perez, Marion Jean Baptiste for Hard Truths, Mikey Madison for Nora, Demi Moore for The Substance, and Saoirse Ronan for The Outrun. So the winner here was Mikey Madison, throwing in another wrench in this crazy Oscar season. We have a 3-horse race now, straight up, between Demi Moore, Mikey Madison, and someone who's not here, which is Fernanda Torres. So this is all over the place, but I was so giddy and happy to see Mikey Madison take home this award. What do you think of this?
I think that it's switching towards Mikey Madison. As much as I would love Fernanda Torres, it almost feels like now she's becoming a distant third. I don't know why.
Yeah, and also Madison is really campaigning. Like, I mean, she is carrying everything.
Did you watch her speech?
Shoulders. I did. It was a great speech too. That's
when she said, "I love you, mommy."
Yeah, that was the speech really helped because it's a great speech. I feel like that can help take her all the way to a win. And here's another thing too. If Demi Moore ends up taking the SAG award, people I know are going to go on the internet and say, "Oh, it's over, it's over, it's over. She's going to win the Oscar now." Let me remind you that last year, Lily Gladstone won the Oscar, she won the SAG, and then everyone thought, it's over now. Lily Gladstone's going to be winning the Oscar. This is crazy. Oh, this is going to be so historic. But I remember me and Ross were sitting there being like, guys, Emma Stone just won the BAFTA. Olivia Colman won the BAFTA. Went on to win the Oscar. You have Frances McDormand wins the BAFTA. Goes on to win the Oscar. Several times now, this has happened at the BAFTAs where an actress wins here and goes on to win the Oscar. So if Demi Moore wins the SAG, I don't want to be hearing, "Oh, it's over, guys. It's over. This is like the race is done," because it's not done. There is now still a really good shot that Mikey Madison takes the Oscar, even if she loses SAG. So that would be fun. And there is also a chance it is looking like an outside chance now, but there still is a chance that Fernanda Torres sneaks in there and takes it because of the passion that's behind her performance.
I would love that.
And the whole legacy, of her family and what happened there and all that. So that could really help her. And technically, none of these women have even a chance to go up against her other than at the Oscars. So if they maybe had a chance to go up against her, maybe Fernanda Torres would be winning. We just don't know. But we'll see how it all pans out. I'm excited for this category. It's one of the most unpredictable award races for sure. Yeah, I cannot wait. But we're definitely excited because we'll get Tristan on here to whenever he's feeling better to discuss more on our bet that we made the last episode. If you guys want to see that, so that should be fun. And as far as the comments, we got EDM saying crazy. We won't know the tourist factor till Oscar. Will she pull off a gay Harden? Pollock sympathetic character you want to support.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean. Yeah. Marcia Gay Harden is actually a good actress.
Yeah, and then also wasn't Marcia Gay Harden like not nominated for like other category like in other ones too? So yeah, it was one of those kind of situations. So she could end up pulling a Marcia Gay Harden most definitely.
If the Academy liked horror back then more, she should have gotten an Oscar nomination. If you ever saw The Mist.
Oh yeah,
he was that crazy religious lady.
God damn. Yeah, that's insane. And then we've got Acres of Movies saying, oh, and there's Ross leaving again. But Acres of Movies says, hello, will Mikey win? I think there's a very strong chance now. The BAFTA has really given her a strong chance. If Demi Moore would have won the BAFTA, I would have basically said it's over. But I think now with this, Mikey Madison has really a good shot. So
also too, but Demi Moore, my mom thinks it's almost like a pity thing too.
Yeah,
because she's going helping out Bruce Willis.
What was that about Bruce Willis?
How Demi Moore, basically moved in with Bruce Willis and is taking care of him right now too.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I totally forgot about that. Then we've got I'm just looking through some of these other ones. It says, is Honora the Substance splitting the cool /indie /different vote and A Real Pain is a writer's movie? Very true. Real Pain is a writer's movie. That is the definition of a writing movie. So that is why that could also end up taking it. I don't think that has anything to do with votes. Actors miss award shows all the time. They'll still win. So I don't think that has anything to do with votes.
Well, it's like he's actually on Broadway.
Yeah, right now I think he's performing. Like he would have been there, but I think he's performing on Broadway right now. So that's the reason he's doing that. But remember how Cannes denied Moore and Madison the Best Actress award for the Emilia Perez shared actress win? I don't want to remember that. So thank you for that. But yeah, that is basically all of what went down at the SAGs or at the BAFTAs. Now moving on to our final. This is our final, guys. Good as gold SAG award predictions. So I have the awards expert app here. I'm going to go through all of the categories and kind of break them down and see which one ends up taking it at the SAG Awards on the 23rd. It's kind of crazy. We are literally only 2 awards away now, guys. We got SAG and then the Oscars. This is it. This is like we're at the finish line, guys. This is insane. So for the first category I want to do is stunt ensemble. So stunt ensemble category, we've got Dune Part 2, Gladiator 2, The Fall Guy, Deadpool Wolverine, and Wicked. Now, I would think the most logical pick here would be Dune Part 2. But I'm also looking at things from kind of more so an awards voter perspective and just how good this movie did overall. I think Wicked might take this. What do you think, Ross?
I'm looking at the opposite way. Do you know why? I don't think it's Dune Part 2. Do I think it is?
What?
I think they want to say, maybe they'll say, the movie about stunts should win stunts. So The Fall Guy.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's gonna be a way for them to actually say, hey, let's honor the stunt community. I really hope that they actually put this category on the stage this year, because all the years prior at the SAG, it's been announced like during the red carpet or something. And it's
They
like,
had
what?
the perfect
Really
opportunity
weird.
last year, though. They had the perfect opportunity last year to announce stunts, as an Oscar category. Do you know how?
How?
They had Ryan Gosling, like Emily Blunt, promoting The Fall Guy. And then they should have said,
Sure.
next year, stunts is coming. Like they could have said, this movie's about stunts, so there's going to be a stunt category in its future.
Yeah, that's a good point. I think that needs to be added after casting. They need to start working on getting a stunts category at the Oscars for sure. The next category is supporting actor. So the nominees for supporting actor are Kieran Culkin for Real Pain, Edward Norton for A Complete Unknown, Yora Borisov for Anora, Jeremy Strong for The Apprentice, and Jonathan Bailey for Wicked.
He's going to have a good year this year. This year's going to be his year.
Oh, yeah, because he's in Wicked Part 2 and the new Jurassic World. So
yep, he was in the trailer too.
Yeah, so that'll be really cool. So, man, So yeah, I think here Kieran Culkin's going to take it. I think this is too easy. If Edward Norton was like out there campaigning more, and same with like Yora Borisov, I would maybe say they have an outside shot of like sneaking in there in this category. But I think that this one's going to be Kieran Culkin. What do you think?
Yeah, I do. Unfortunately, I'd love to see a Edward Norton or a Yura Borisov or even a Jeremy Strong surprising win, because all those are the real supporting performances.
Same. Yeah. Kieran Culkin, very good in the movie, but not a supporting role.
So. Like Jonathan Bailey only had that one good scene.
Yeah. Jonathan Bailey being in here is just kind of like okay, what are we doing? That's just Wicked overperforming. But we have also, he says, please predict some. Yeah, we just did a really strong category, very strong. Thinking with a split vote of Wicked, Fall Guy, and Dune 2. Could Deadpool take it? Deadpool 1 got a PGA nomination. Dune 1 lost to Bond. True, it did lose to Bond, but Deadpool and Wolverine didn't get a PGA nom. Deadpool and Wolverine's not really as beloved as the first Deadpool, so I think that might hurt it a little bit. But I definitely have it in like fourth. I think it's the fourth shot. I think it's still pretty strong. So we'll see. So right now I actually do have Dune Part 2 out front to win. But I think that Wicked, surprise, just it could just end up being Wicked Palooza at SAG, but we'll see. So on to supporting actress. This is the one you said you have a surprise in. So
I'm gonna be using my logic though, but I realized that my logic was wrong because I forgot to look up like who was nominated, and the person that I thought could win isn't nominated here. But yeah.
Okay, cool. So the nominees are Ariana Grande for Wicked, Zoe Saldana for Amelia Perez, Daniel Deadwyler for The Piano Lesson, Monica Barbaro for A Complete Unknown, and Jamie Lee Curtis for The Last Showgirl. I remember we got a little bit too invested in the Jamie Lee Curtis hype because of SAG and BAFTA that we predicted her for the Oscar overall list, but on my main list, my actual personal list, I kept in Monica Barbaro because I'm like, she's playing Joan Baez, a real life person. Obviously, she's gonna get the Oscar for that, and she did. So I'm glad I kept that in. She's really good in the film. I'm curious, what is your surprise pick you think?
Okay. I could see though, like a world where like Ariana Grande wins here,
Yeah.
but then the Oscars do two things: is a musical vote splitting with Ariana Grande and Zoe Saldana, right?
Uh-huh.
And then David Lynch just died, and Isabella Rossellini was a legend who was married to David Lynch, and she could get the votes, for Conclave. So I wouldn't be surprised if Oscar time comes out, they say Isabella Rossellini.
That's true, but I also feel like her role though too as well still carries a little bit of that. I don't want to necessarily say backlash because it's not necessarily backlash, but it's more so of she's got one good scene. It's she's got the don't look back Judi Dench scene or whatever.
Well, though, to be fair though, this actress won for the movie Network, right?
Yeah.
And let me look up her running time because I think she has the shortest amount of running time.
Oh wow. I know also Anthony Hopkins won for Silence of the Lambs, and he had a really short.
Okay, guess how long it is. Do you know how long the actress has though? Supporting actress? One scene, 5 minutes and 2 seconds.
Oh my god. Jeez. Yeah, that is really short. So
you see,
yeah, I mean maybe it hasn't happened since Network. That could be a possibility. I know either way that they probably are going to have Isabella Rossellini pay some form of tribute to David Lynch. Like they might actually have her come out on stage and she talks about the memories of David Lynch that she has, and then they like have a whole tribute video just dedicated to David Lynch. So I could see something like that if it doesn't go to Isabella. So we'll have to see what happens, but it's still up in the air. If Zoe Saldana does take this category, though, I think it's over if she does take it. But who knows? I think there is a really good shot Ariana Grande could win here. Like we said, Wicked overperformed. It just overperformed. SAG loved Wicked. So we'll see. And I think SAG has a good history of awarding musical performances even more than like Oscars do. I have to look at that, but I think they have a good track record of that. So we'll see. I just think that Ariana Grande, being new to the scene, she is getting herself out there too, though. She's like campaigning, trying to do all she can. So
wait, though, too. Also, Judi Dench in Shakespeare in Love, 5 minutes and 52 seconds.
Oh wow! Wait, so she is the second shortest, Judi Dench, or
Yeah.
who was? Okay, nice. So
Beatrice Straight, yeah.
wow, yeah. So that's So that's a good point. So it has happened before. We'll see if Isabella Rossellini can pull off that surprise. But
Let's see.
Okay, right now,
this one is still long, but you think she did it more? Anne Hathaway won the Oscar for 15 minutes of screen time.
true. And then how much screen time did Anthony Hopkins have in Silence of the Lambs?
13 minutes, but that was lead.
Yeah, but
there's a difference though with that too, though. Do you know what it is?
What?
I compare him to the shark in Jaws. How you could feel his presence throughout the lurking in the movie.
That's a good point. Where he does feel like the lead character, even though he's not a lead, just because of how his presence loomed over the entire movie. So, yeah, supporting actress. I think I'm also right now. I can change this when we start filming on Sunday. If we want to make very, very last minute changes, we can, and that's when Tristan will probably, if he's on with us, we'll give him some extra time, start a little early, so he can give his predictions on what will win at SAG and all that. So you'll finally hear from Tristan. But the winner that I'm going with here is Ariana Grande for Wicked. I think that she's definitely going to take it. But you know who I have at a number 3 spot right now? But creeping up. I think that this person could end up being maybe like the second place slot for SAG. So if it's like Zoe Saldana's first place slot, I can see this person being second place slot. Or if it's Ariana Grande first place, I can see this person being second. Is Monica Barbaro. I think that SAG might do something crazy, and they could do something like a Monica Barbaro winning. Because let us not forget, they awarded Emily Blunt for A Quiet Place. And then Emily Blunt wasn't even nominated for the Oscar. So SAG can do some wild stuff sometimes. And Monica Barbaro,
the winner, okay. Like I remember, like Jeff Snyder said something about that award show, about Emily Blunt winning for A Quiet Place. What he said, the real winner wasn't even nominated, and you scratch off the name, and that was Regina King.
True. Yeah, the real winner was not even nominated for SAG. So, and like you were saying, if what you're saying, Isabella Rossellini wins the Oscar, she's not nominated for SAG. So maybe that's a good indicator there. We'll see. But best actor. First off, before we do that, here is EDM saying supporting actress has 3 musical performances. Votes could split, so the veteran Zoe wins. Although, in that case, if you're saying like the musical categories would split, then they would go to someone out that wouldn't be in a musical. So it would be like,
even though there's only 2 really, because Monica Barbaro doesn't count. Monica Barbaro doesn't count.
Yeah, I mean I don't think that's a musical performance. I think the musical performances are Ariana Grande and Zoe Saldana, and that's why I'm thinking if the vote splits happens between Ariana Grande and Zoe Saldana, maybe Monica Barbaro takes it. We'll see. Blunt winning, we'll get to it, but Blunt winning for A Quiet Place gives me hope that Demi can win. We'll get there for sure. And then Dench lost SAG but won Oscar for Shakespeare, but won the next year for Chocolate because her husband...
No, it's not. It's actually Chocolat.
Oh, Chocolat, yeah. Because her husband died before voting. SAG used to pay more attention to news/narrative than Oscars. Wow. Interesting. I know now it's like the opposite. SAG, I mean, they sometimes still do narrative, like they did with Lily Gladstone and a few other stuff, but most of the and they'll still do that from time to time. Like they could surprise us with like a Ray Fiennes and be like, "We love you, Ray," stuff like that. But for the most part, it's the Oscars that does the narrative stuff. So for Best Actor, the nominees are Adrian Brody for The Brewery List, Coleman Domingo for Sing Sing, Timothy Chalamet for A Complete Unknown, Ray Fiennes for Conclave, and then Daniel Craig for Queer. So right now, I still have winning is actually, you know what? Since you did a surprise, I'm going to do a surprise. I don't think Adrian Brody is going to win at SAG. I think that Adrian Brody will still win the Oscar. I think he's still going to win there. But I'm going to throw one out there. I think Timothy Chalamet could take it for A Complete Unknown. What do you think?
I'm gonna go with Adrian Brody. Like the narrative seems to be there. So yeah, I'm gonna go with Adrian Brody.
Yeah, we'll see. You're probably right. It probably will end up being.
And he is worthy. Don't get us wrong how we're picking other ones. He's worthy in the movie. Oh, he's great in the movie.
He is. No, like if he wins his second Oscar, it's deserved because he's such an incredible actor, and this is probably his best performance in years. And it's honestly, it's kind of a comeback narrative for Adrian Brody as well, because he's been out of the limelight for a bit, and he's not really been in a lead performance in a while.
No.
So like he's been doing some of this like side kind of Wes Anderson stuff every now and then, but he's not been actually a lead performance in a movie in a while. So
what do you think his first leading role was? Because I've heard that's debatable. Do you know why too? For me,
why?
I think it's The Thin Red Line is his first leading role, really.
Yeah, he pretty much was a lead in that film. What else was it? What did people debate on? What's the other film?
Like the movie called like Liberty Heights, and then The Pianist too. They said it could be his first. But I remember though, this is a joke that somebody said. You remember okay, this ties into it, but you remember the movie Predators he did, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, they made a joke about like that's his career after the Oscar win. It's him crash landing down back there. Remember how he crash landed at the start of the movie? Him falling out of the plane. Yeah,
I love that. Oh, that's a good point. EDM says Chalamet, Call Me by Your Name, lost SAG to Soul nominee Goldman, Darkest Hour, who also won Globe and BAFTA. Does history repeat itself? It could. I mean, you could have Chalamet just lose again and history repeat itself. I also think that there is a shot here at SAG. I'm not saying it at Oscars, but there is a shot if they want to throw in a narrative kind of thing for a Ray Fiennes here.
I would love to see that too.
Yeah, I think that is a possibility. I still have Ray Fiennes at 3, but I think that I would not be fully shocked if he ends up taking it. I'd be happy, but I wouldn't be like completely shocked. So yeah, we'll see how it all pans out though this Sunday. So next up, we got Best Actress, which is Mikey Madison, Honora, Carla Sofia Gascon for Emilia Perez, Demi Moore for The Substance, Cynthia Erivo for Wicked, and then Pamela Anderson for The Last Showgirl. Who do you got for this one?
I'm having a feeling that the tide is turning for Mikey Madison, but I wouldn't be surprised if Demi Moore's name is called too. So I'm gonna go with Demi Moore, but with a strong Mikey Madison.
Yeah, I think, you know what, just to be different, since because I don't know what Tristan's going to go with yet, so just to be different, since you went with Demi Moore, I'm gonna say Mikey Madison. That way we can have the see like who ends up being right, but I think there's a very strong chance that either one can take it because SAG is more okay with awarding horror performances. We've seen it before, so I could see them giving it to Demi Moore and making that like a narrative as well for Demi Moore. But then Mikey Madison, just gave us a great speech with BAFTAs that people loved, and she's just been trying her hardest to carry this entire movie on her own small shoulders. So,
yep, and Demi Moore though too. Demi Moore actually has been really good in horror movies too before.
Yeah, she.
I know was really good at Mr. Brooks. Mr. Brooks.
Oh, Mr. Brooks. Yeah, she was good in that. And I don't know what other horror movies she's been in. I know that there was that one, but she should do more horror because she's exceptional. So, and even though it is interesting that when it comes to the Oscar, I think she's like 4th in the category for me. I have to look again at all the nominees. Because no, she's 3rd. Yeah, she's 3rd in the category because I forgot there's a Carla, Cynthia, and then so.
But
but Demi is great. I think the biggest shock would be just Pamela Anderson surprising. That would be totally just like them. But that would be insane. Tristan is in the chat. He gives us his prediction for actress. Says, I think they go more. Actors love her, and I've watched her for decades. That's a good point. That's a very good point. So, but again, like we were talking about, whoever wins SAG, like if Mikey Madison wins SAG, then sure, we can say it's over because she's won BAFTA and SAG. But if Demi Moore wins SAG, doesn't mean it's over yet, guys, because Mikey Madison winning the BAFTA could still indicate her winning the Oscar. So just we'll see. We'll have to hold that off and wait for when that happens. But I think Mikey Madison, if she does win, I think she'd be would she be the youngest to win the lead actress?
Let me look.
Or because I'm trying to remember, I know that the one girl won. What's her face? The girl who played Rogue in X-Men. I know she won an Oscar, but I thought that was for supporting. And I know the Paper Moon actress won, but I think that was also for supporting.
Nope, she would be the She wouldn't be the. She wouldn't. Wow. Okay. How old is Mikey Madison right now?
Mikey Madison is 25 years old.
Okay, she would be top 10, but not.
Really? There's like even more than one. That's
she wins. Yes. Yep. Marley Matlin was 21.
Oh shit! Yeah.
Jennifer Lawrence was 22. Janet Gaynor was 22. Joan Fontaine was 24. Audrey Hepburn was 24. Jennifer Jones was 25. Grace Kelly is 25, and Hilary Swank is 25.
Wow. So yeah, she'd be tied with like Hilary Swank and Grace Kelly and a few others, but that's man. So much for the Oscars don't like awarding young actresses when seems to be the case that they have done that in the past. So
I remember though there was talk about Marley Matlin getting a second Oscar nomination, a few years ago. So.
Oh yeah, for Coda.
Coda.
Yeah, it was, and her documentary is great, guys. Whenever that becomes available, definitely recommend it to check it out. But that is a really good one. SAG not existing until 1996 has led these voters to play catch up with overdue / career wins. Why we get Ruby Dee, Denzel, Fences, etc. Why pre-1996 Oscar winners often have a chance at an upset / win. That's true. But now not as much the case anymore for the Oscars. So now moving on to our ensemble category. This is...
Which is their best picture.
Yeah, basically their best picture, which it doesn't usually carry a lot of weight on the Oscar winner. Like if whatever wins this, it can be to some other film and it's like, oh, look at that won SAG Ensemble. That's pretty cool. But sometimes it doesn't necessarily indicate to a best picture win. But there has been cases of where Parasite didn't win any other award show, but then it won SAG Ensemble and then went on to win the Oscars and made history. So it has happened in the past. We'll see. So if something like a Wicked wins here or a Complete Unknown wins here, that could be something as like a big push that could surge it to an Oscar win. We'll see. But I think for now in this category, I'm sticking with the Anora hype train, and I'm going to go Anora wins SAG because that is an ensemble picture where you've got, all these different kinds of characters in there. You got the dumbass kid, you got Anora who we're following, you got the Russian kind of mob boss, you got his other two little goons, you got like several different cast members that all work together really, really well. So I think that one could wind up taking it. But I also would not be surprised, honestly, at Conclave winning this.
That's what I was going to say too.
Yeah. I think Conclave could surprise here and take it. What are you going with?
I'm going with Anora, but in the Conclave scheme, but also Wicked did overperform, so watch out.
Yeah, it did overperform, and also I don't think it's going to win. I have it at 4 right now, but another film that overperformed at the Oscars was A Complete Unknown. Getting Monica Barbaro in there at SAG. I remember when she got in at SAG, that was when we were like, what? Oh my God, I can't believe it. We were surprised. So who knows? Maybe something like that could happen. But I still think I still think though that it's a 3-horse race. I think Anora, Conclave, and Wicked. One of those 3 will end up taking the SAG Ensemble prize. We got our very own Tristan Mayer here says, it's hard not to just stick with Anora hype train. Conclave, I think, as number 2, Can't Sleep on A Complete Unknown, which overperformed here. Yeah, I did mention that earlier. A Complete Unknown really overperformed in nominations. And then also Wicked overperformed in nominations. So Wicked could wind up just taking this. Says Unknown is a very actor-focused movie, a lot of singing and voices and famous people. That's true. And if I will say this, when we're watching it on Sunday night, if they open up the envelope and Edward Norton's name gets called, I might honestly say on camera while the show's going on, I might honestly say, okay, a complete unknown is winning SAG Ensemble. Holy shit. Like, I'm going to be like totally thrown for a loop and surprised after that. So
I'm trying to figure out something too. So can you stand a little bit? Because I'm trying to figure something out.
oh yeah.
Yeah, don't worry. It's only about the SAG Awards. So yeah.
Cool. I think Complete Unknown was just number 5 in most categories. Hasn't won a single industry award. That's true. I think that there's a chance, like we talked about, that it could be like the Fablemans this year and such. I think if all the overperforming kind of films could take it, I honestly do think Wicked. But that's another reason why I think that SAG could do something stupid, where they're like, oh well, let's award Wicked something. We gotta award Wicked something, right? So they give it stunt ensemble and give like Conclave or Nora like cast ensemble, which is, it's just gonna kind of be wild, but yeah,
Almost there. Okay.
that's running. So yeah, running down the list, we got me and Ross, and I think Tristan. Maybe he might be going with a Complete Unknown at this point. Sounds like, but at least me and Ross have Honora winning best SAG ensemble. For actress, I have Mikey Madison. They have Demi Moore. For actor, I have Timothy Chalamet, and then Brody is who Ross has.
And literally, okay, when you say, like how they're not really accurate for best ensemble equals best picture, they're actually a lot more accurate than you'd think they'd be.
Oh, really?
Out of the, like this is the 30th, right?
Yeah.
So it's 31 actually, right? They're literally, out of the 30 times, they've been right 15.
Oh, shoot. Yeah. That is definitely, yeah.
That's not, okay. And
I
people say like how lacking accurate that is. No, 50% is not bad.
No, that is not bad at all. So, and if another film ends up winning Best Picture that ended up winning SAG, then I could honestly see it that also being the 16th time.
Okay, but because okay, literally they've been almost perfect the last 2 years. You know why?
Why?
You had Parasite, right?
Yeah.
Then you had Trial of Chicago 7, wrong, right?
Yeah.
Then you had Everything Everywhere All at Once.
Oh, yeah.
Wait, no, sorry, no. Sorry, Coda, Everything Everywhere All at Once, and then Oppenheimer. So yeah.
Wow. Yeah, that's a good point. So yeah, they've been right for literally pretty much all this time except for Nomadland. That's the only.
And their first one though, and then their first ensemble award ever. I'm not mad at either though.
Which one?
Apollo 13.
Oh, that's a great ensemble. I'm definitely not mad about that. That's a excellent pick. So yeah, we'll have to see how it plays out then with it. Honora now could end up taking it. That after hearing that and knowing that Honora really didn't miss anything. Like, it got in for its actress and it got in for supporting actor, and that's what it needed. And then you have this, and I said earlier how Conclave could win SAG Ensemble, but it's missing supporting actress. So, there is that chance of it missing because of that. There's a chance of of maybe a few other movies missing in there, but all the other movies except for Conclave got in everywhere they needed to. So
I'm gonna look up though. I'm looking up too, like who's listed in the Conclave ensemble, because if they're missing out on a name, oh, I'll be mad.
oh, okay.
Because and I think you'll agree with me. It's a background character, but it's important. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know what you mean by that. So yeah, so then supporting actress, we recapping for all of you joining us. Both Ross and I have Ariana Grande taking it this time, with an outside shot of Zoe Saldana, kind of, well, not outside. That's like with a very strong shot of Zoe Saldana, but an outside shot of Monica Barbaro. I think that's kind of how I'm looking at it. And then supporting actor, we both have Kieran Culkin winning.
Oh, okay. I'm pissed. I'm pissed.
Oh, really? Who was it?
Benitez from Conclave is not in the ensemble nomination.
Is that the guy who's like the like conservative one, right?
No.
Which one was he? I'm trying to remember.
You'll remember him when you think of that, you know.
Conclave. I gotta look up the cast now, just so I can look at who he was. Is that his character's name is Benitez, or is it the actor?
Yeah, Benitez is his character's name. Carlos Diehz.
Okay. Benitez. What? Wow. Okay, I am pissed. I didn't realize that he was not in the cat. That is.
See, he's
Yeah, he's important to that movie. That is shocking. I see, I feel like this is the reason why, and it's a stupid reason, but I think this is the reason why. Because if you look at his filmography on IMDb, literally under like all filmography, he's got one other project he did, and he played himself. It's
yeah, you're right, but still,
it was his first project, but still, it's like that's still not an excuse. That is really messed up. That the person who's the central focus of that movie, basically, or at least the central focus of the ending, is not even part of the ensemble. Yeah, that's definitely pissed me off. So, but yeah, that's who we have particularly for supporting actor. Then for stunt ensemble, Ross has the Fall Guy winning. I have Dune Part 2 taking it, with maybe a chance of Wicked taking it. So that is our SAG film predictions, guys. I'm gonna take a look at the TV ones. Maybe we can run through the TV categories for you guys on Sunday. But as far as the movie categories go, this is really a movie-centric show. We do some TV on here, but this is a movie-centric show, and I really haven't watched enough like TV to be solidified in my picks for the TV categories. So I'm very interested to see who wins and who takes home the prize this Sunday. We shall see. But Tristan says if Conclave is his first project, he may not be in SAG.
But they usually, like with a film with like Ray Fiennes, they usually probably can get you SAG credits automatically. You know, they can sign you up that day. So
yeah, sometimes that can be the case. Maybe they just missed the deadline or something like that. I don't know, but it is that. But yeah, it is unfortunate because he is a really big part of the film. But yeah, guys, that'll do it for the SAG nomination predictions. Join us this Sunday as we break down all of the categories for you guys. Again, looking through them, giving you guys any last minute changes, and then watching the SAG Awards live. Hopefully by then, Tristan will be feeling better. We'll have Tristan on here with us, and hopefully, and then he'll give you like his full list of his predictions Sunday before we actually blast off on the stream. I have to see if I'm working that night. I know the red carpet starts at 7. I'll be if I do work, I'll be home by like 7:30ish. So we'll probably start around 7:30, and then that gives us a little bit of time to get ready right before the show at 8 o'clock. So it'll be streaming live on Netflix for any of y'all interested in watching the SAG Awards, just like I did last year. It'll be on Netflix again this year. So you guys can find it there. Let us know down in the comments, what did you all think of the BAFTA wins? Were y'all as surprised as us? Did David Tennant do as good of a job as what he looked like he did in the early video? Do y'all think it's really going to have a huge effect on the Oscars race this year? Like, what do y'all think? Let us know in the comments below. Who do y'all have predicted for SAG? Let us know as well. We would love to hear your predictions. We will see you all, guys, next time. Make sure you like this video, subscribe, share, ring that notification bell so that you do not miss a single one of these awards roundtable videos, guys. This has been such a great season, and it's already close to coming to an end, which is really, really unfortunate. So, we've taken this crazy, crazy ride for you guys, but we still got more because we got the SAG watch along we're doing. Then we're going to talk about the winners the next following day. Then we got our final Good as Gold Oscar winning predictions coming on the next Award Roundtable episode. And then the week of the Oscars is when we'll do like our best picture ranking and a few other little videos to tie into the Oscars and everything. So and then Oscars will be the cap off season finale and our after show. So, man, what a wild awards race it's been, but I'm excited to see where it all ends up at. Anyways, thank you all, guys, for watching. We will see you all next time. Until then, stay classy, my friends, and keep on watching those movies.